Coming up next, for Milwaukee, losing...
I'm just saying, I make this in 2 days.
It is evident I do better win. I feel like the world against me and think I should never win. Can't stop it, pocket profit every time the pussy win. He had to get it out the mud and rise up out the sediment. Catch me early like Sunday school. Sunday school. Have to play with the fool. Yeah, I just keep it cool. You tell me dirty. Ask for my dirty money. Talking wash away my sins like Jesus opened the laundry.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson alongside. And these... two teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your scripts, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
So, the Mexico City starting five. They've got James, smooth out there with Whitehead, and there's B-Train, and it's Freeman Liberty in at the four-man position. Count it.
Paul taking what the defense is giving Lillard with an opportunistic shot there.
And Mexico City calls their first time out of the game. And a great time to check out the power rankings, see how the teams are stacking up across the league. You look at Mexico City. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
You know, right now for Mexico City, they've hit a little rough patch, but they know what they're capable of. It's just a matter of going out and proving it on a nightly basis.
Here's Smooth to the inside. Here's B-Train. Lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Kuzma kicks to Antetokounmpo. Alexander Walker with the ball to the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Lillard. Now here's Lopez. Here's Giannis. B-Train with the rebound.
Defense kind of rolled the dice there, and I'm a little surprised that it ended up going their way with the miss.
Here's Smooth. Hard to imagine, but the stats are tremendous as he averages close to 27 points a game. James, no good. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets.
Yeah, I mean, they had their chances, competed deep into that game, but had a few lulls there that just kind of took them down.
They played pretty solid basketball, but a few miscues is all it takes to turn a win into a loss, especially against a good team.
Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Lillard with a screen for Antetokounmpo. There's the three. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Pass to Smooth. Three-pointer. They get it again. And he could not get that one to go. What a contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Mexico City shoot their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. The Bucks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. for three. And it's Antetokounmpo picking up the assist.
It catches people off guard to see what a smooth stroke Lopez has for a big fella.
Here's Smooth. Really played well against Houston in his last outing. Throws it up high.
Oh, such a beautiful pass to set that one up.
Yeah, the pass might have been pretty, but the finish was angry.
Timeout.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And how is the West shaping up, guys? Well, let's take a moment here and check it out now that the mid-season grind is well underway. You look at Mexico City. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on.
And you know, for Mexico City, lately they've been off their game just a little bit. It's led to them losing that top spot here in the standings.
They've got plenty of time left to get back to being the team we thought they'd be heading into the year, but they better do it quick.
Pass to Alexander Walker. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Smooth. Antetokounmpo defending. Smooth misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. That's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Shots good by Whitehead.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Bucks trail by 3. Now, Alexander Walker. Still without a basket. Lillard outside. Takes the 3. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped the game in this series last year.
James, the bounce pass. Pass to Smooth. 4 on the shot clock. Puts up a deep 3. They get it back. Tries again. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Kuzma outside. Lillard looking around. This one for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Lillard's got 5 points so far.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
To the wing on the left. There's a good screen. Here's Smooth. Antetokounmpo defending. They get it back. Launches it. Whitehead's shot is off.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Kuzma passes to Lopez. And it's blocked. Out to the right wing. James in the post. He's against Kuzma. To the paint. Here's Freeman Liberty. And it's sent back by Lillard. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Pass to Giannis. Here's Lillard, 13 feet away. No good. That puts him at 2 for 6.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And we got a story out of Boston. And who else but Shams Charania with the scoop report. Shams, what's the news on the Celtics?
Hey, Kevin. They're bringing in Miles Bridges to shore up the front court of this team. Bridges is a minutes-eating rebound grab. aggressive finisher, and I'm told this club knows that a player like Bridges brings competitive edge in close games. That boosts your chances to win in crunch time.
Hey, Shams, we appreciate the report. Always some interesting news to find out about the NBA. And stolen by Lillard. Pass to Alexander Walker. Now, Antetokounmpo. And the double up Antetokounmpo. Bucks passing it around. Lillard from outside. Whitehead with the rebound. So for Mexico City, their last game a win against the Rockets. Here's Freeman Liberty. Covered by Lillard. Here's Smooth to end the cold streak. He can't get that one to fall.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Kuzma outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Here's Smooth. Defended by Alexander Walker. Smooth passes to Beecher. Kicks it out to James. There's Whitehead. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Whitehead's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Mexico City.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Takes a step back. Antetokounmpo inside. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. Pass to Freeman Liberty. James with it. And Mexico City another 3.
When he has that much space, he's a pretty good bet to nail the 3.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. And Mexico City going with a whole new group out there. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for him.
He hasn't been as sharp in the past 10 games as we're used to. It shows in his passing. The assist numbers down. Even the simple passes look tough for him right now. Maybe tonight he can get back on his game.
And the basket by Jackson.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
And Miller throws it down home.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Pass to Cron. Takes a 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Breaker in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. The Bucks use their size defensively to great impact. Coach Doc Rivers said, we're not fast, we're long. So we get our fingertips on a lot of balls, and that slows fast teams down. Switching keeps guys in front of you, and the more size we can put in front of people, the better we can be. Kevin?
Yeah, you followed this league for a long time. That sounds like a pretty good game plan. Lillard outside. Lobbed up there for Miller. And the ball goes out of bounds as touched by Lillard.
A moment here to look at some numbers for Jackson. Averaging about 3 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
And that's what you need from some guys on the team. Not everyone can be an all-star. You need glue guys to find that success too.
Pass to Jeffries. Mexico City needs to get a shot off here. Count that bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Morris against Irving. And again, the turnover by the Bucks.
And let's take a look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's numbers. What a run he's been on over the past few weeks. 5th in scoring. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And as you said, one of the NBA's most potent scorers. Always up to the challenge. His top 5 ranking has him right there with the elite. Out to the wing. Here is Jeffries. Still scoreless. Back to Irving. Here's Carr. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the team.
The Bucks shooting their 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
He's off on the 2nd. So for Mexico City, their last game a win against the Rockets in Houston. Irving passes to Kennedy. Irving surveying the floor. On the wing, George. Defended by Looney. And George gets it to go.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
Irving against Morris. Here's the 3. The shot comes out, and we reach the end of the first quarter. Mexico City leads by 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Mexico City.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And also have to bring up their passing game. They've been moving the ball with great precision so far and creating great looks for their teammates.
We've got Kevon Looney. Jackson is out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Doughton in at the 2. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Giannis. Good on the baseline jam. Antetokounmpo's got 7 points in the game.
And when Giannis is hitting that midi, best of luck. He truly becomes unguardable.
Here's Smooth. Antetokounmpo defending. No good on that one.
And they continue to control the glass.
Mexico City moving it around. Here's Smooth. Down low. The steal. And here's the fast break. Giannis leading the way. Whitehead with the rebound. And so Whitehead will bring it up for Mexico City. 6-point lead. Freeman Liberty, no good. For Milwaukee, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Out to Morris. And the foul called on Kevon Looney. That is his first foul of the game.
And that's the beauty of Giannis. Always been a willing passer and can find the open man once the D focuses in on him.
Here's Smooth. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the content. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
And it's blocked. It's tipped. There's Whitehead, and he uses the glass on the layup. Whitehead's got 8 points.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Pass to Looney. A fader. It's good. Looney's got his first basket of the night.
Found some space to get off the mid-range, and he'll do damage from there if you let him.
Here's Freeman Liberty. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. There's the pick. A floater. Kicks it out to James. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Hits it from three-point range. Freeman Liberty's got his second basket of the night.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And here's another update on the All-Star voting. Just a couple of days left now to cast your ballot.
Yeah, and it's coming down to the wire now, Kevin. A tense time for some of these players.
Well, you look at Smooth. He's at the head of the pack in the West.
And I can't say that anyone is surprised. Always one of the players that everyone loves to watch.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to B-Train. Fires for three. Smooth misses.
And he continues to cast away, but the results just haven't been there tonight.
Giannis no good. Mexico City leading by 7. Here's Smooth. Here's B-Train. Antetokounmpo defending. Here's B-Train. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Morris looking over the floor. Pass to Alexander Walker. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Here's Whitehead. Lets it go from deep. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Nice start for him beyond the arc. He's already hit 3 triples, and I'm pretty sure there's more to come.
Now here's Giannis. Defense right on him. And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the midseason surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. You look at the Bucks. This hasn't been the kind of year they envisioned. Time running out. Mexico City leading by 10. Smooth passes to James. Here's Smooth. Back to James. And Mexico City another 3.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
The Bucks working the ball around. Morris kicks to Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Lopez. Here's Smooth. Inside. Now here's Antetokounmpo. And here is Lopez. It's 2-on-1. Jackson with it. He's picked up by James. Alexander Walker with the ball. They know he's going to give him a lift with his scoring. He's averaging 16 points a game.
Oh, wow! That is powerful.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Shot to stop the run. It's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. And the Bucks with some changes. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Jackson. And Lillard subbed in for Morris. Mexico City also changing it up. Carr, he's checked in for Whitehead, and Irving subbed in for Smooth. We're on the clock. And to Tecumbo. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. P-Train's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Carr, no good. Bucks trail by 15. Over in the corner, Lillard. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Giannis has got 5 assists tonight.
Aggressive move by Lillard, attacking the heart of that defense.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. We are right in the middle part of a long season, GA. As a player, how do you stay engaged? How do you stay focused?
Kevin, this is where the grind can really catch up to you. Easy to start feeling complacent or check out a little bit. So you got to shake that off. And I tell you another thing, your coaches will play a huge role in keeping you engaged.
The Bucks making a change here. Downs checked in. Bucks trail by 14. Alexander Walker on the wing. Covered by Irving. Pass to Lillard. Kuzma with the screen for Lillard. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Mexico City with the ball. They're on a 17-6 run. It's George on the wing. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Kuzma with it. Guarded now by Irving. Kuzma finds Lillard. 3-pointer. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. George has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Okay, now I think he's starting to get in his own head right now. Maybe he's overthinking things a little bit, and as a result, he's just been off.
Milwaukee's gotten in trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter. Only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And it's Lillard missing. Mexico City leading by 14. Irving passes to George. And it's off from 3-point range. Lillard outside. Pass to Alexander Walker. Now Kuzma. Fires the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Kuzma's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And proving once again that he has the touch from beyond. Kuzma effective at cashing in there.
To come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
Looking to get back on track here. And Lillard lays it up and in. Lillard's got it back down to within single digits for the Bucks. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Mexico City. At one point, they led by 16. George with the screen on Lillard. Irving passes to George. And George with the stuff.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And Lillard kicks to Lopez. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lopez has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the rare catching fire from the center. Brook Lopez is a different kind of 5. Possesses incredible range.
Pass to Jeffries. Fires from deep. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Alexander Walker. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And how about a year ago? 82% on his foul shot, so he was reliable when he went to the line.
And that one misses. Mexico City leading by 9. 43 seconds left in the second quarter. A three. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Here's Doughton. Scoreless thus far. Lopez, a screen on Irving. Here is Lillard. Here's Doughton. Here's Alexander Walker. Offensive rebound. Here's Doughton. Fires the three. And so it's Mexico City in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And thanks to their outstanding defense, the impact Damian Lillard has had on this game. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And with All-Star Weekend approaching,
we've been talking about this contest since the season began. I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to get to it.
But the selection process builds anticipation, Shaq. You know all good entertainment needs drama.
La 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 la.
And now let's check out the game at hand. It was a solid first half effort for Mexico City.
Their passing was clearly superior.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan.
For those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Mexico City leading by 9. On the court for Mexico City. Smooth out there with Whitehead. Then it's James. And there's B-Train. And it's Freeman Liberty in at the 4 slot. The Bucks shooting 40% from the field. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, Brook Lopez started off, of course, as a post scorer, but he's completely reshaped this game over time, becoming a three-point threat and a defensive stopper. He said, I tried to focus more on being a pillar at the defensive end, someone my teammates can rely on. I'm always talking in the paint, letting them know I'm there to back them up. Kevin?
He's got great communication skills, David. Thanks for the report. Kuzma passes to Lillard. Alexander Walker with the ball. No good with the triple.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
They set the pick. Here's Smooth, and he goes in for the dunk.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Lopez sets a screen for Lillard. Off target from outside. Mexico City leading by 11. Pass to Whitehead. Here's Freeman Liberty. Mexico City moving it around. Here's P-Train. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Lillard outside. The 3 ball. Drills the 3-pointer. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
Some nights, Lillard can just keep going and going.
Here's Smooth. He's got 5. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession.
And now let's take a look at the stats for Damian Lillard. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games, averaging 21 points per game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. But to have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
He's someone you can rely on to bring it on a nightly basis. When they need a basket, he's the guy they turn to. And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. And we'll take a look here at a very skilled bunch of point guards at the stripe. Look at the numbers they've put up over the last 10 games. 4th, Damian Lillard.
Well, if these guys can get to the line, there's not much question
what the outcome's going to be. So it sort of prevents the D from being as aggressive as they'd like to be against them.
Yeah, as a defender, you gotta avoid being too active with your hands around these guys. Don't commit any cheap fouls.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
Pass to Whitehead. Now here's James. Here's Whitehead, defended by Alexander Walker. There it goes, Antetokounmpo.
And it just doesn't take many steps for Antetokounmpo to get up the floor on the break. It's just steal, sprint, and finish.
Here's Freeman Liberty. Pass to James. And there's a whistle that goes on B-Train. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bucks trail by 6. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Lillard from outside. B-Train with the rebound. B-Train's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Pass to Smooth. To the middle. Here's B-Train. It's the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. B-Train's got 12 in the game. And it's Alexander Walker in the corner. Kuzma outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Shooting foul. As the whistle blows, he'll shoot 2 free throws.
First personal foul. And how about the attack there from Giannis inside, going right into the defense and still able to get the shot up.
Both shots good from the stripe. Mexico City leading by 6. Here's Smooth. He's got 5. From the arc. Hits the three-point bomb. 8 points for him.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
Pass to Alexander Walker. Giannis inside. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Contact just doesn't matter against Giannis. Once he's inside, he is not to be stopped.
Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. 9-point game. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
And with a pause here, how about the stats for B-Train? And he's also ranked in the top 10 in blocks per game. No trespassing when he's in the lane.
And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds, what a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. Jackson, he's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Right wing. Lillard, right side. Pass to Lopez. Poked away. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Mexico City. On Thursday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Saturday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Toronto Raptors.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Pass to Freeman Liberty. Mexico City moving it around. Jacks up a 3. Giannis grabs the miss. Bucks trail by 4. Outside Jackson. Lillard outside. Lopez sets a screen for Lillard from downtown. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Here's Smooth. 8 points for him. B-Train. Pass to Whitehead. Here's B-Train. Clock at 6. From outside the arc, drains the three-pointer. Whitehead's got 14.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Three-pointer, Lillard. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Smooth's got 7 rebounds in the game. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Exposing the defense and taking advantage in the paint.
Carr, he's checked in for Mexico City. Irving comes in for Smooth. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you try to change or improve with the way the game is played?
I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. But I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Whatever drawbacks Lopez may have, scoring in the post isn't one of them. He is a nightmare for opposing defenses to deal with down low. This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Outside Irving. Pass to James. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And Lillard kicks to Jackson. Back to Lillard. Here's Alexander Walker. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. B-Train's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Pass to Freeman Liberty. There's the lob to the hoop. Antetokounmpo with the steal. Now Lillard. He's got 14. Alexander Walker with the ball. Carr covering. 5 to shoot. And the Bucks miss again. Mexico City leading by 10. Out left to the wing. Lillard against Irving to the inside. To the left wing. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And it's Lillard with the ball. He brings it up for Milwaukee. On the wing, Giannis. Giannis says, get off me.
Great quarter at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Lillard against Irving. Here's Carr. And the 3 off target. Bucks trail by 8. To the right wing. Three-pointer, Lillard. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Irving passes to Kennedy. Outside Irving. Pass to Jeffries. Now here's George. Defended by Looney. Just 5 on the clock. Deflects the pass. Now here's Irving. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. What a recent stretch it's been for these players. They're the NBA's leading scorers over the last 10 games. 5th is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but
That's not been the case here lately.
To the paint. There's Giannis with the slam.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
But it took them a little while to get there. Just goes to show as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
56 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
Looney with it. Right now averaging about 5 points a game. Giannis outside. There's the pick. 16 feet away. Pass to Downton. And here is Antetokounmpo. Bucks passing it around. Second chance shot. And the shot is good. Dropping in off the front of the rim. And now just a 1-point Mexico City lead. Here is Jeffries, guarded by Jackson. To end the drought. He's off on that one. And we just finished the third quarter. We've got a tight ball game here. It's Mexico City leading by a point. And let's hear what Doc Rivers has going on over in his huddle.
Hey guys, come on. Let's close this fourth. Let's close it.
3/10 quarters behind us and more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Kevon Looney out there with Antetokounmpo. Then there's Monte Morris. Then there's Jackson. And it's Downton in at the 2-guard spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. To take the lead. Smooth with a rebound. Smooth's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
From deep three-point land. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Mexico City.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Space in the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And their passing has been great as well. Ball movement is key in getting good looks, and they've had that down tonight.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
On the wing, Giannis. And out of bounds, Mexico City will have it. Milwaukee making a switch here. Walsh is checked in.
Number 27.
Mexico City leading by 4. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Pass to Smooth. Lob pass to George. And Morris has got the ball here for the Bucks. Now Giannis. Morris kicks to Antetokounmpo. Cans the shot from the wing. Antetokounmpo's got 18 points just in the second half.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Pass to Jeffries. Beyond the arc. The shot that time, not on target. Bucks trail by 4. Morris outside. Here's Downton. Shot clock at 6. The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Offline with his 3.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Here's Smooth. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And Mexico City leads by 7.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Smooth with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
All sorts of time. Rebounded by the Bucks.
And even though he hasn't been himself, it hasn't affected his team too much. They've still got the lead.
Pass to Doughton. Whitehead deciding where to go with it. And Morris comes over to help. Here's Smooth. Puts up a deep three. And Mexico City, another three.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Doughton passes to Looney. Here's the screen. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. It's not going to go for him. Mexico City with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Here's Smooth. Shot clock at 5. Down low. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
And finding his teammate in stride, he led his guy perfectly.
Outside, out of the Kumbo. Pass to Doughton. Back to Giannis. The Bucks working the ball around. They set the pick. The tray. Doughton with the bucket. Doughton's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Milwaukee.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make it pay.
Timeout called here. Mexico City decides to talk it over. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Mexico City's head coach said to the team. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late, guys.
Thank you, David. Pass to Doughton. Now here's Giannis. Nifty move. Oh, and out of the Kumbo. Hammers it in.
And we see this often now from Giannis. His offensive repertoire has become so versatile.
Smooth passes to Beatrice. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
He just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
When a pick like that is questionable, it creates that much of an advantage for the offense. You have to blow the whistle.
You got to blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Lopez comes in for Looney, and Lillard subbed in for Monte Moore.
Wow, he got whacked. There shouldn't be much debate there.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good. Bucks trail by 10. Here's Lillard. Here's Alexander Walker from outside off the mark.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
Here's Smooth. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen away. Lillard outside. And the rejection by James. And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. And the Bucks making a change here. Kuzma's checked in. Giannis outside. Lock at 6. Lillard outside. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Pass to Smooth. Here's Freeman Liberty. Here's James. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Giannis kicks to Lillard. And it's in there. Lillard's got 10 points in just the second half.
Talk about Lillard. He hits the defense with a sweet move and then makes sure to finish the play.
Here's Smooth. Misses the three. Bucks trail by 10. To Alexander Walker. Giannis right side. Down low, inside. Giannis drops it in.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Here's Whitehead. Here's Smooth. Inside. B-Train. Lopez grabs the board. Milwaukee's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Lillard the pass to Giannis. The kick out to Lopez. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 9 assists now tonight. Whitehead passes to Smooth. To the middle. It's tipped. Here's B-Train. And a dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time. And the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Yeah, when you're not locked in on defense, they will make you pay with an easy finish there.
And really credit their advantage.
Oh, yes, authority.
That is a monster finish.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Here's Kuzma. To the paint. And here they come. And the first one drops. Good on both. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 11. Pass to Kuzma. Down low.
And for a 7-footer, Lopez is pretty versatile. You get all the defensive impact you'd expect, but he can also consistently score on all 3 levels.
Brook Lopez hits them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Mexico City leading by 9. Driving inside. No one near James as he lets it go. No good from outside. And for Milwaukee, they're shooting 40% in the fourth. Lillard outside. Shoots the 3. And it's Mexico City with the rebound. Smooth's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. That's good by Freeman Liberty. Freeman Liberty's got 4 this quarter.
Anytime you get a look that good, oh, it's a great trick.
Poke loose. There's 1:38 left to play in the final quarter. Pass to B-Train. Here's Smooth. Yep, that one goes in there. And Mexico City leads by 13. Boy, that was a big shot.
And stunned silence, guys. That's the atmosphere in here after that shot.
Here's Kuzma. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
And a high percentage shooter like Kuzma has tons of options on the floor. That includes the mid-range.
Pass to Smooth. Here's Freeman Liberty. Now James, guarded by Kuzma. James, the pass to Smooth. 5 on the clock. To the inside. Whitehead. And another assist.
That makes
15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Mexico City.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Smooth.
And he was doing everything out there on the floor tonight. Triple-double on the stat sheet, and that doesn't even tell the whole story.
Smart, accurate passes, Greg, are really paying off for them at the moment.
And also good off-ball movement. Everyone is paying attention and looking to create the best shot for the team.
And so it's Mexico City winning this one. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the